All right, what's up, guys? Ninja Deathstrike here, along with my co-hosts.
Yeah, Robotnik is sexy.
I never know if I should go. The aggro tech.
And it's time for another episode of Generation 1, maybe,
Yay.
if we don't mess it up like we already did once.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Record, try, dose.
Yes, so we're going to be talking about all the new Pokemon X and Y information that we've gotten over the last few days.
Which is
And there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Well, there's not a lot of stuff, but there's one thing that needs a lot to be said about it, so... Let's jump right in. We'll start with the least interesting first. The super mega hyperbolic training center.
Hyper metal training.
Yes, the new training method that they introduced where you can train your EVs without being in battle from the touchscreen whenever you want.
Or even being with your Pokemon.
Yes. So what do you guys think about it?
You should like cue someone because we never know who's gonna.
Me?
Right, Nick.
Go. I'm on the spot. Go.
Nick. Yeah, Nick, you go.
Like I was saying, I think it's a good introductory thing for people who are new to the EV system. Especially with the little hexagon thing that shows where a Pokemon is special at, like there's Pikachu is shown an example, and it shows that his speed is like his best stat. So that kind of leads new players into understanding that Pokemon have better values in certain areas than others, and I think that's really good because then it inspires them to kind of get into competitive battling, potentially.
Potentially. Which could matter more depending on if we can transfer a Pokemon.
That would be true, but
Which is kind of up in the air.
Yeah. Andy, what do you think?
It's cool, I guess. And that joke does not work as good the second time around. But.
It's because I went more in depth last time. I feel like we don't know a lot, but if you can if a Pokemon is going to train itself, then how can that be wrong? How can that be bad? It's like putting them in a daycare for EV training, which is like a time saver. So you could hunt for the IVs for another Pokemon while one Pokemon's training their EVs without you even having to do anything.
Yeah, I hope they implement something for IVs instead of just not doing anything. But I'm not going to hold my breath for that. But maybe
I hope it's a way to interact with them too, not just hey, here's your IVs.
Maybe potentially move them around.
Doesn't actually save any time. I'd like a way to train them or affect them. I would just like IVs to not be a thing, honestly. But since they are going to be,
well, it could be that they're not.
I'd like to interact with them.
It could be
they
that
have
they're
been.
not.
Maybe.
They haven't mentioned them at all, so it's
they've never talked about them ever.
Yeah,
they don't. Yeah, they're like a hidden.
Well, the NPCs talk about it sometimes.
Yeah,
but you got to kind of hunt them out.
Anyhow, I'm hoping maybe they'll have something for that as well. The EV thing is cool, but EV training's never been the problem. It's always been breeding. I'm certainly happy to have this alternate method. It's good and it's something different. So that's great, but I'd really like to see the IVs.
It breaks the monotony, I think, of having to go out and I'm going to fight 20 Basculins. You know what I mean?
If it's only 20 Basculins to get your 252, then it's not that bad.
I was just giving an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how I use EV
It's nice
training.
to have an alternative, but it's not dealing with the most annoying problem of legitimately training, which is the IVs. So hopefully there's a way to do that. But next up, we got a couple of new Pokemon. We got 3 new Pokemon revealed in Koro. So the first one is a Prevo of Gogoat. The English name is
Skiddo.
Skiddo? Is it
Skiddo?
Skiddo, like kiddo with an S in front of it. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good name. It's fine.
There's a picture. I don't know where it was, but of the playable character riding Skiddo, jumping up on a ledge that you jump off of.
I'm looking at that right now. Yeah.
So like those ledges that you hop down. The
can
kids
only
always
jump
like,
down
oh,
from.
I'm gonna hop down. You can go up them with the goat.
That's cool.
So just a little gimmicky thing, I think, but it's pretty cool.
I wonder if it will be rideable like always, whenever you want to, if you have it.
I've heard it's only some areas, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's just one of the things we'll have to wait and find out.
Its face is a little strange to me.
Its nose looks off to me.
Yeah.
It's all happy.
I like the rest of the design, but I think it is the nose.
I think it's just the angle.
Maybe
of the art.
It's fine. I mean, Go-Goat's a great design, and it works as a Prevo, so that's really all you needed.
Is it normal grass, or is it just grass?
Just grass. Pure grass. Yep. Let's see. The next one was... What is that thing's name?
Dedenne?
I was going to do the rabbit
well, I
next.
guess...
Bunnelby.
Bunnelby? That's how I said it.
Bunnelby. Yeah, Bunnelby.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. Bunnelby. Anyhow, thoughts?
I like it. I kind of want to see what its evolution is going to be. I think it's going to be some type of really cool, like, sleek-looking hair. That has... it's probably going to be... I think it might gain ground type just because of its digging abilities. That might not be true because this could be the Route 1 normal type.
Well, but Bibarel got secondary typing.
That is true. So it could be normal ground. That would be a new typing. But it digs with its little big ears, which I think is kind of funny. Like I imagine it like going through the ground, just waving its ears like back and forth.
Andy, what do you think of it?
What do I think? I'll let you know. I like it. It's kind of a solid brown color, which I didn't really notice because it's kind of a grayish brown. And it also has like some mud on its legs.
Yeah.
Like little spots. So that means it could be a ground type, which is nice. And I mean, I was talking about it earlier with a friend, and I was comparing it to Lopunny. And Lopunny is really difficult to use. So hopefully it'll be a stronger bunny. And that doesn't suck. Maybe it will evolve into like a really tough guy with like drill ears or something. That'd be awesome. But
also as cool is his new ability.
His ability.
Cheek pouch. Which basically if it's holding a berry, like let's say it gets poisoned and it has a pecha berry. When it eats the pecha berry, not only does it cure the poison, but it also gains health.
Yeah, they didn't say how much health though.
I'm betting it'll be like a fourth.
I mean, competitively, it's going to be better than Pickup.
Makes him a Lil Cup contender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if in Little Cup especially, that'd be really good. But I wonder if like you eat a citrus berry, would you get up to full health or something? Because that'd be cool.
Yeah. Definitely potential use. I like it too. It's this generation to me seems like it has a lot of derp face going on.
Oh yeah.
But this is like one of the good ones. They kind of separate it out into cute derp face and just bad derp face.
Just punch it in the face.
Lit, what we call Lit Leo syndrome. So I like this one. This one it works.
I still like Lit Leo.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Leo's going to be on my team. Just because I have faith that he's going to become a fire poison manticore.
I've heard that he's going to be a manticore.
Fire poison would be awesome.
Well,
in-game. I'm talking in-game. I'm just talking like I love poison is my favorite type. So any new combination with poison is like going to be awesome to me.
And hey, it's
just watch out for those ground attacks. Just watch out.
Levitate, wheezing.
Good against fairy. Yeah. I really hope fairies are weak to fire, because fire needs a boost.
Oh, that's another thing. Type chart is coming out next month.
Oh, cool.
Finally. That's what we
will
need.
know next month what fairy is good and bad against. So that's good.
Next one is... How do you...
I say a Dedenne.
Dedenne, yeah.
It could be Dedenne or Dedenne.
We'll go with Dedenne.
I don't know.
We'll just call it Little Mouse.
I'm calling him Hamtaro.
Pikachu,
Hamtaro?
Number 6.
Number 6?
Forgot.
Number 5. I guess it would be number 6, because plus old Minun is 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyhow, thoughts? Nick?
I'm like a bro. I like it. I mean, I hope it evolves into like a giant gerbil thing.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I've always liked the Pikachu cousins. Like, my favorite though has always been Pachirisu.
Really?
Other than Pikachu.
Right.
Like in the Emolga's a close second.
I never liked Pachirisu.
Me either.
It's just a fun trivia.
Yeah. What else? What do you think about this one?
What? Oh, right. Okay. I like it. As long as it isn't the mega form of Raichu.
Downgrades to a light bulb.
Let's see, what is it? Oh, right. I was going to complain about how the Pikachu spin-offs have these really hard to pronounce names ever since 3rd gen, I think. Because
Pachirisu is 4th gen.
4th gen. 4th gen. Like Pachirisu, that's just kind of hard to say. You don't really associate that with a squirrel.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then Emolga, it's like, where does that come from? It's kind of a out of left field name, and then we got Dendy or whatever this guy is.
Well, I mean, even Pikachu doesn't.
Well,
the only ones that ever made sense were Plusle and Minun, and even then they didn't pertain to the thing that they were.
Yeah,
and Pikachu, you're right, because it doesn't really make sense. We're just used to it because it's the mascot. And whatever. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
so I guess
they've always used the Japanese name.
Yeah. That's what they do.
Well, except for Plusle and Minun. I don't know.
Yeah, I like this one too. I like this one more than the others, actually. And Mogo was pretty decent, but I like this one a lot. And I think it's because it reminds me of Gen 1 Pikachu, because it's fat. And Pikachu used to be really fat, and it was super cute.
Yeah. It's like the ugliness of Pikachu evolved into its own Pokemon.
Yes, exactly.
And it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
People are being so loud.
It's okay.
Next, we did not talk about some of these other guys, did we? Got deleted.
Like last month, there was some stuff.
Yeah, the Pangoro. That whole sleep them.
Pangoro,
I think.
Oh yeah. We never got to talk
about
Pangoro.
Yeah. So let's talk about him now. What do you think?
Yeah, he's
Nick?
cool.
Scrafty's still better. He's trying to steal Scrafty's thunder. Like 1 gen after there's a dark fighting, they have to make a fighting dark. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, he's cool.
But they might operate differently.
That's true. I don't think he won't be nearly as fast. I doubt.
Yeah.
Just from how
that is he?
Well, he has access to Dragon Dance. So.
Yeah,
he's got Dragon Dance.
But he's
like, if anything, this guy's probably going to get Curse.
I'm worried about him. Because the bear Pokemon have been consistently terrible.
Bad.
Yeah. I mean, he looks so cool.
He does get Iron
looks like
Fist, though.
Yeah, he looks like that Persona character, which I don't know.
People are saying he's what is the word for it? I forget. It's some Japanese term for like a bully, like the leader of a gang. like kind of like Kuwabara in Yu Yu Hakusho, like that kind of persona. You know what I mean? Where he's this bully, but he stands up for what's right. So like that's kind of the vibe that I think he gives, like, which is cool, I guess. He does have a cape too.
Yeah, yes, he does. The design is amazing. Can we just talk about that for a bit? This is a phenomenal design, I think. I love it. I love everything about it.
It kind of reminds me of something from 3rd Gen.
A little bit, because it has the fluff on its legs look like Latios hair. Whatever.
It just gives me that kind of a vibe.
I like the bamboo or whatever it is that's chewing on.
He stole it from Trico, from Ash's Trico.
You just don't like this guy.
No, I do like him. I just don't like him as much as Scrafty.
I hope it's good. I hope it's actually really good, because it should be, since it looks so awesome.
I'm sure that Pancham and Scrafty are going to be best friends.
Pancham, I love Pancham. I love Pancham. I just don't like Pangoro as much. Like, he's still good. It's just probably not going to be on my team in the game.
He has phenomenal typing, so he's definitely got a shot at making it into OU if he gets the stats and moves to back
He just needs, like, I don't know, like 80 in bulk defense or something. He needs some bulk to take a hit. And I'm worried he's not going to get any, because we got the bear tick, and he's cool too, even though he has ice pubes. But his what does he have, like 50 defense for both or something? That's really bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's weird too, because you'd think bears were pretty defensive.
Well, Earthstring is actually pretty bulky.
Well, I just mean in general, like a bear.
Yeah.
HP, but he's not that bulky, is he?
I don't think so.
Maybe it's just because he's the normal type, and so he dies.
It's the normal type thing where they have a lot of HP, and so it's not
a lot of defense.
Maybe
he can survive one hit.
Maybe he'll be a fairy.
Let's move on to Inkay and Malamar.
Oh yeah, I love these guys. I like these guys maybe more than Pancham. It's hard.
I like it more because of its typing.
Yeah, what is it? Psychic and
dark
Quad
psychic.
Bug, though, is gonna hurt.
Whatever. Just switch out when they're going to U-turn. It's done.
And switch out when they're going to U-turn, and it's neutral to pursuit, so it can't get pursuit trapped.
And I mean, if it's faster than Scissor, just use Hidden Power Fire, and you're done. So, I don't know. I'm really hoping...
Interesting combo.
Oh, well, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, interesting combo, potential to be good, just based on pure type. Again, if it gets the support that it needs. And it has contrary. Yeah. Which means its stats will probably be terrible. Which is
well, it might get that attack that Mewtwo gets with the Psycho Boost.
Yeah, that's
Is this Psycho?
Oh, the Deoxys
Psycho Boost, yeah.
Yeah, Psycho Boost.
Or maybe it'll get a weaker version.
Psycho Boost.
I hope it gets something.
Yeah.
It would be terrible if it just didn't get anything for
it would also ability. I would not be surprised at all.
yeah. But its design. Oh well. You can go, Nick.
Oh, I thought you already were talking. That's why.
Okay. I'm gonna say something real quick.
And then I thought you already said what you were gonna say. That's why I was starting.
All right, we'll go. Just go with your thing.
I really like Inkay. I think it looks like it's wearing a little snow hat, something like a little beanie, and I think it's really cool. The typing and the concept is really cool because I'm pretty sure if the rumors are right, when it levels up, you have to turn your 3DS upside down, and then it'll evolve. I think that's really cool, interesting, new things. That's cool. But I think Malamar just looks ugly as hell. I do not like it. And mostly because I just feel like if they were flipped, like if Inkay was upside down and the other one was right side up, then I would like them more because I just don't like its stupid feet. I just think it would look better as a squid with the giant, because like a squid's, upright like that. So I don't know why it's the other way around, but that's just my little.
But it looks so cool.
I don't like it. It's probably my least favorite Pokemon so far, honestly.
I figured.
This is from the guy that likes Leo, though.
Hey,
so we don't.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this is the epitome of subjectivism. So don't hate.
I just have to say, this is what I was going to say.
To say that it is the worst design yet, and then to say that you like Litleo, though, that is where I'm drawing the line. And I will say, no, sir, you are wrong. It is not the worst design. Go back at Litleo and look at
I like him. I don't understand.
Because he looks like he's had a lobotomy. Because Litleo looks like he's had a lobotomy. I want to say something about Malamar real quick.
Yes.
Before it doesn't happen. He looks like Jellicent and Empoleon had a baby. A beautiful baby of kick-assery. Yeah, a beautiful evil baby. And it just looks so malevolent.
Yeah, I really like the tentacle head.
Just pick up your monitor and flip it upside down.
It'll still be a rectangle.
And I would like it.
I'll turn my head upside down right now.
Maybe it has some moves where it goes upside down.
It does have a move that flips. It flips people upside down. In the trailer, it had a move like that. I have no idea what it is, but
it switches their attack and special attack or something like that.
Well, in any case, it might be upside down sometimes.
That's what I thought Wonder Room was going to do before I understood it. So then I thought about making a Steelix. Or, no. I thought it swapped defense and special attack. Yeah. Well, never mind. It doesn't make sense
That's
anymore.
Weird.
Anyhow, next. Swirlix and Spritzee. And if you want to talk about Dirtface, look at that.
I think Swirlix is going to turn into a cotton candy puppy.
It could. I could see that.
Dude.
Like a little fluff dog. I don't like him as much as I like Spritzee.
These are both really weird.
And I'll tell you why. I've told you why, but we're going to go over it again because it didn't record. And I'm holding to another fan theory, I guess, that Spritzee will evolve to become a bubonic plague-like doctor.
I've heard that.
One of those
because
ones.
These are like the bird masks,
Yes.
Because in those masks, back in the day, they thought that that disease was carried through smell or the air. So what they would do is they would have these masks and they would fill them with perfumes and flowers and things so that they would breathe in purity and not have to worry about the disease. The reason that I think this Pokemon might do that is because it's called the Perfume Pokemon. It looks vaguely familiar to the mask itself.
And it gets aromatherapy.
And it gets aromatherapy, and it's called the Healing Pokemon. So, like, those all point to me to be, like, that if it evolves into this fairy poison or fairy, like, I guess it could be, like, a fairy... I
mean, it could end up being a bird. It could be fairy flying.
Yeah, it could be fairy flying, but it would look... I mean, if it looked like an old century doctor with the bird mask, it would immediately have a place on my team because I find that stuff awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. And it also makes sense with given the setting of Europe.
Yep. Yeah. That's another one of the fan theories that I am adhering to.
What was the fan theory? I didn't hear that.
What are you talking about? We just went over it.
We just spent the last 5 minutes talking about it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought Matt just said another fan theory in like the past second.
I said that was another clue to potential.
Oh, right. I also think another clue is that Pokemon is random and morbid enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like with all the ghost Pokemon stealing and crushing souls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it doesn't turn into that, though, I think it's going to turn into a flamingo.
Yeah, I really want a flamingo, but I want whatever that theory is too, because it's dark.
All right, but
I'm a fan of the macabre.
For the design, Spritzee's design in and of itself is forgettable.
It's weird,
I would say,
yeah.
it's fine.
It's weird, yeah.
Let's see. Did we talk about Honedge?
I don't think
on
so.
air or not? Okay.
No, we never got a chance because of the episode.
Because
right. I couldn't remember how long ago this guy came out. Well, let's talk about it now then.
I want to say one more thing about Spritzee, though. I'm going to interrupt everybody. Okay, its Japanese name is Shush Up.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
That's it.
Nick.
Honedge is on my team for sure. I love it. I think it's awesome. The typing's unique. The concept is, a good old fashioned RPG. I think it's awesome. It's probably gonna its moveset's probably gonna be like cut / hone at claws. I don't know. Swords dance, night slash, whatever. Anything with a blade in it, leaf blade. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be kind of a cool attack for it to know. I just came up with that on the spot.
Yeah.
Andy?
Yeah.
Okay,
okay.
No, I was just going to say I really like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like it too. A lot of people don't like it because when you take the sheath off or whatever, it just looks like a really normal-looking dagger. And people don't like that. But the sheath looks amazing. And
it looks Nordic to me.
It reminds me of Bronzor and Bronzong. And I've heard that it's going to be a stage 1 or a basic guy that doesn't evolve, which I really hope isn't true. I want him to evolve into a bunch of weapons, but we'll just have to wait and see.
He turns into a lightsaber.
Yeah. Or like a mace. Or like a broadsword. That'd be so...
Just goes up the evolutionary chain of weapons. Next he's a musket, and then he's a machine gun.
No, he's got to go into a catapult first.
Trebuchet.
I am not a fan of it. I mean, the design is cool. It is actually really cool, but it just doesn't look like a Pokemon to me. I said in the Lost episode, it looks like it belongs in Zelda, not in Pokemon. So, and especially with the sheath off, then it just looks awful.
I think I know what you're saying
I'm
about
upset that it is Steel Ghost and that it is this. I wanted a Steel Ghost for so long, and I wanted it to be an awesome haunted suit of armor.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Instead, we got a sword. So that was disappointing. If it evolves into a suit of armor with a sword, then that's cool, and I'm fine with it. And if it doesn't, then it can get out of my game because it doesn't belong here.
That is harsh.
I think I see what you're talking about. The Zelda thing, the tassel looks very Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Wind Waker
Twilight
or Skyward Sword
Twilight
or
Princess.
It's just it screams Zelda to me, not Pokemon at all, and that's why I don't like it.
It is weird. It is a bit ugly without the sheath too, which is kind of an issue.
I don't. I seem to be the
like
only
it, though.
person that likes everything.
No, I like it. I like it fine, and it does
everything
hit me
except Malamar. Go figure.
Yeah, like the second cool guy.
And that's it. That's the last one that we haven't talked about yet. So we got Flabebe.
No, I just like saying his name.
Okay.
Flabebe.
Yeah, so let's talk about Mega Pokemon.
The elephant in the room.
Oh boy, yeah.
Well, we all know my position, so let's just hear everybody else.
All right, go ahead, Nick. Tell us why you like them.
I don't necessarily know if I like them. I think it's this is what, and I was watching videos, and I think who was it? Jay Witz said my opinion quite nicely. basically it's Game Freak trying to do something new with
that was Jay Witz
with the series. Like, and I don't think as a community we should fault them for trying to do something that they haven't done before. Like, I mean, granted, it may crash and burn and explode and be terrible, which it's likely. but at the same time, I think the designs, for the most part, are pretty cool. Two of them in particular. I think the concept of sacrificing an item for raw power and an ability that's ridiculous, a la Lucario, is pretty interesting. Like, basically, if you take Lucario, Mega Lucario, and you add his attack rise and what's the other thing? Adaptability plus stab, you don't even need a life orb anymore. Like,
yeah, you'll 2-hit
his
KO
power
anything.
is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so like, it doesn't
ridiculous.
need an item. You know what I mean? There's another thing that I heard that people are worried about knockoff affecting.
That sounds good.
The thing, but I don't know if it necessarily will, because
It probably will, I think.
it could, but it could also be like, once you come in, you're activated until the battle's over or you faint. You know what I mean? So like, you need the item at the beginning of the match, but it doesn't matter throughout the rest of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Well, there's so much speculation around it, so we can't really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean,
for
from
sure.
the video clips that they showed, it almost looks like it consumes the item.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if they will even stay after you switch out, or if it's just the first time you're in kind of thing.
If it doesn't stay after you switch, there's no point to it being there. So
that doesn't mean that's not what's going to happen, though. I mean,
there's just so many things that we don't know. It's hard to give it a at least in terms of a competitive in terms of a competitive viability, there's no way for us to really, say yay or nay on it yet.
Yeah, so let's talk about the overall concept and the design then.
Aesthetically, I love Absol and Mawile. Love them. Mawile especially. He's my favorite. The two mouths things. It reminds me of not Rocky Horror Picture, Little Shop of Horrors. Audrey 2. It reminds me of that, and that's probably what I'm going to name mine. But, I mean, Blaziken, I don't think needed one. Blaziken's stupid. I don't like Blaziken at all.
You don't like Blaziken?
No, it's one of my least favorites.
Are you serious?
I don't either.
Thank you. We agree on something.
Everybody likes Blaziken. I'm not talking about Mega Blaziken. I'm just talking about Blaziken.
Regular Blaziken.
I don't like regular Blaziken that much.
Oh, regular Blaziken is just kind of whatever for me. I don't feel strongly about it one way or the other.
He's cool.
That's a vote for position.
As far as designs go, though, I mean, Andy, why don't you go ahead?
No, you want me to say a thing? I like the designs. I think it's cool. I like the concept. You're going to have to sacrifice your item slot in order to get some extra power. It's kind of like an opposite Eviolite. And I'm hoping their base stats don't change at all, or if they do, not by much, because if they do, then they'll be a little too powerful. I mean, Blaziken is already too powerful. But
yeah, I mean, Blaziken's going to be Uber immediately. So
yeah, that being said, how often
Uber.
do you see him in Ubers? Like, I don't
but
play Ubers a lot.
Matter. Ubers is not... You don't judge a Pokemon by what tier it does best in. You judge it by which tier it's broken in. And it is broken in OU, so it doesn't matter how good it does in Ubers. Because it's too good for OU.
Yeah.
So
okay. We could just say that.
But see, the thing is like, we don't even know how tiers are going to be affected after this generation ships. So
yeah,
like, there's no, like, even like right now we don't know, because once the type chart gets released, we'll know a little bit more. And then once stats for these new Pokemon show up, then we'll know a little bit more. And new abilities that old Pokemon get, blah, blah, blah. But, like, there's no way to... this is my thing, that I think the competitive Pokemon is going to have to do a little bit of adapting here, more than they're used to. And... Well,
yeah, they're throwing a new type in.
I mean, it's just... I just don't think there's any way to to talk about competitive battling until the game is out. You know what I mean? Because things could change so much.
To an extent, you can.
I mean there's always going to be certain things that are good, yeah.
Because, like, adaptability is huge.
I know that. I know. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Mega Blaziken won't be uber in this new generation. But I'm saying you don't know what other Pokemon are going to get Mega Evolutions that will then counter this Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, don't speculate the speculations and, like, ruin the point of the podcast, because the point of the podcast is to just speculate.
No, yeah, I know.
Basically.
I'm just tired of, like, all these people, like, there's been a bunch of people like, oh, I'm quitting Pokemon because blah, 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 there's these stupid Mega Evolutions and blah, blah.
I haven't really run into that. Like, honestly, I like the Mega Evolutions more than the Fairy type. Just gonna put it there. But I also think that all of them are designed well, except for, what is this guy? The Electric Sheep Man.
You don't like Ampharos?
Yeah, he looks ridiculous.
A wig, and they're like, "Now you're a dragon, go!" It's
so funny.
That's why I like it.
It is so dumb.
I like it okay, but it's like
it's like if Fabio was a Pokemon.
Just pull on the hair; it will come off. Like, it doesn't look secure.
It's just Ampharos with a wig. Like, that is the design.
His feet changed a little bit.
I think my biggest problem, just from the design perspective, I guess, as the concept, I like the concept. I agree with Nick when he was saying, they're trying to do something new and big. That's fine. I get that. I don't actually think this is as big of a change as people are making it out to be.
Yeah,
it's just another evolution. Yeah. It's just a fancy way to get forms. Yeah, they don't even actually evolve. So,
it's been they've said that it's not forms and it's not an evolution. It's something different.
It is forms,
but it is forms. That's
we
saw in the trailer they
whether or not they call it a form, it has the same functionality as a form. You give them an item, they change slightly, their stats change, they get new abilities. That's a form.
I was worried that they were going to be like straight up evolutions.
Yeah.
Because that opens the door to just Pokemon evolving more times, like stage 3s in general.
Yeah.
Because originally I thought that's what it was, and my mind was a little bit blown, because I was like, well, Mega Tyranitar, Mega Dragonite.
Than this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my biggest problem is actually the design. I do not like the vast majority of the designs. I like Mawile. I think Absol's decent. The rest are just completely over-designed. It's like Gen 4 all over again. Let's throw spikes and streamers and fancy things on all the old Pokemon. Let's go back. Mewtwo, not good enough anymore. Like, Blaziken needs more streamers.
I don't think Mewtwo
needs more hair. Well, Mewtwo's just poorly designed. It's different. But, like, Lucario...
Mewtwo is a whole
Lucario is like the epitome of over-design. Look at all the stuff on him.
Well, they took one of the most over-designed 4th-gen Pokemon and then added stuff to it.
Exactly. Like, that's... Ugh. I just don't... I don't like it.
I don't know if you noticed this, but on Lucario, there is a Y on his chest if you look closely, and Blaziken is an X face.
Yeah.
So... But I don't think that really matters because you're getting a speed boost Torchic with Blazikenite, so...
Yeah. Blazikenite.
It's like Eviolite, but with
and
Blaziken.
That was my other thing. The names are so dumb. Mega, like, just put Mega. It's a new guy. Mega Lucario. New thing. Brand new thing.
I like the look of Mega Lucario.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if you nickname it, it'll be like Mega whatever your nickname. Like,
yeah.
So if
if
I name my Blaziken chicken, it's like Mega Chicken.
It just that seems really dumb. was just throw Mega, and then the fact that the items they need are called their name with "ite" at the end is also dumb. Like the whole thing, I like the concept, and I can agree with definitely pushing change, but I think the execution was just a complete fall onto their face. It's a bunch of over-designed stuff that is. They just put Mega in front of it.
Oh, have you noticed that Mawile's Mega form looks like Iris?
Yeah.
Oh, not really.
It's Iris's dress.
Has like her dress, yeah.
That's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah. Once I saw Mega Mawile, I immediately stopped hunting my shiny Eevee and started hunting it for a shiny Mawile. Because I've always wanted a Mawile evolution.
This is a lot of people's answered.
I do like, one thing that I do really like is that they are giving it to some Pokemon who desperately needed it. Like Mawile and Absol. If they do more of that, that's good. I just do it well.
I think it's a way for them to reintroduce Pokemon that are not very popular. In terms of stats.
Except for Blaziken.
Well, I mean,
like
I said in general. I meant in general.
And me too.
Like, I'm not, obviously they're being, I just think that's, like, I don't know. You shouldn't, I don't know what to say about it.
I definitely like that they are giving these to Pokemon who need them in some cases.
Like I was telling Andy, I hope they give Seviper one of these things. Or Zangoose. Well, Zangoose doesn't really need it, but Seviper could really use it.
They probably won't do one without the other, though.
Probably true.
Although, I mean, they could, because Dusknoir got an evolution.
Can you imagine, like, Sableye getting one of these things?
Oh, jeez.
But see, the thing is like, Eviolite wouldn't matter anymore. Well, in terms of those Pokemon. Like, it wouldn't...
Well, they don't count as evolutions anyhow.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you wouldn't be able to use an Eviolite Sableye.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eviolite is not going to work. These guys are forms. So.
Yeah.
Unless Eviolite does work.
Excuse my phone.
They really are just forms. Anyone who says they're not forms is deluded themselves.
But see, if I'm saying if in-game canonically they could consider them evolutions, then that means that technically they could consider Eviolite. You know what I mean?
We'll just have to wait and see. But from what it looks like, it kind of looks like forms.
And there could be stuff that they're not telling us about it too. There are. It says that you need not only the item, the Mega Stone or whatever for each person, but you need another criteria met. And I was saying that I think that it has to do with either Pokemon Me or the new super training stuff. Like it might have to do with like your EVs have to be in a specific place or something like that. Not necessarily. I just think that might be it because they announced Super Training at the same time, and it just seemed
Super Train. Yeah, Super Train. It sounds like a groovy choo-choo train.
If that's the case, though, if they do the Super Training thing and they like make you do specific stats, that's gonna reduce their vibe.
I really don't think that's gonna be a thing, but I do want to talk about how this might be connected to Team Flare, maybe. Has anybody heard about that?
Yeah, I think so. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, Nick pointed out that Blaziken has an X, which I didn't even realize. He does clearly have an X. And then Lucario has a Y. And Team Flare, even though they have a completely ridiculous sounding name, and they sound really dumb, their genetics is the theme for X and Y, so maybe, the Mega Blaziken is the X guy along with the deer, and Lucario is going to be the main guy along with the bird man.
I don't know if that really makes sense, though, because they're giving out the Torchic at launch, so that means that people with Y could get it. But it has the Blazikenite,
if it's tied into the plot.
Okay. Fair enough.
This is totally speculation, because a friend of mine pointed this out, who doesn't even play Pokemon. She was like, well, maybe Team Flare is like messing up the Pokemon and forcing them to evolve with the super Mega Stones or whatever.
Oh, I read that comment. Yeah, she was like,
yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like, that's awesome, but that makes way too much sense for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, if that was part of the plot, all for it, 200%. That's great, but it's, yeah, like I doubt it. But you know, if it is part of Team Flare, I
kind of doubt it too, because then it would almost be like, well, they shouldn't exist.
Yeah, because you're trying to stop.
Feel bad using them. Although they did the same thing with Kyurem. They're like, oh, force Kyurem to splice with.
Don't force Kyurem to evolve. He's used an OU now.
Don't make him do that. Oh, okay, well you can do that.
At least you're not Getsus.
Yeah.
There is a moral relativism to Pokemon training, really.
Yes.
It's kind of weird. We could talk about PETA all day, but we're not.
But yeah. Forgot what I was going to say.
Anyone have anything else to add before we wrap it up?
All in all, this made me even more excited for the game. I
agree.
Can't wait.
See, I'm in the opposite boat with Andy. Like fairy type is actually what made me super excited. And these things I was like, ugh.
They
really?
both made I'm the both of you put together.
Yeah, you like everything, we know.
Except for that squid guy who's clearly awesome.
I thought of something we could talk about real quick.
Okay.
Fennekin getting glow punch.
Oh yeah.
In one of the trailers, the newest trailer that we forgot what's his name, Tree Guy too.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's do the Fennekin thing first.
Okay. Well, in the trailer with the Tree Guy, Roto, or he doesn't have an English name yet, but he's seen using glow punch on Litleo, and it makes the same noise as I think it was
super effective.
It made the super effective noise. So this means two things. One of two things. Either Fairy is super effective against fire or normal.
Yeah.
Or it's a fighting type move, because then it would be super effective against normal. The name Glow Punch does not sound fighting to me. So that leads me to believe that it is a fairy move, and that fairy
lots of people are saying it's fairy.
I think fairy will be super effective against, if I had to say, it'd probably be fire. Because I don't think it would make it against normal.
I really hope not, because fire has enough problems as it is. But
so
we
normal.
are just trying to piece it together. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. We'll just have to wait till we get the type chart.
But that also makes me wonder if Fennekin won't be Fire's fairy.
Fire fairy instead of fire.
According to the leak,
it's going to be Fire Psychic.
Cerebi leak. The Pokebeach leak, it was going to be Fire Psychic.
Yeah, but and that doesn't mean that a Psychic can't learn a Fairy move.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just an interesting thing that people caught. And everyone was like spazzing, like, oh my god, it's firefighting. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, calm your tits. Like,
calm the tits.
If it's firefighting, I just won't use it or its existence.
I'm not picking it anyway. I'm doing chest spin all the way.
If Froakie turns into a badass ninja frog, I'm gonna have to pick Froakie.
I kind of want to see the final Evos. I am leaning towards Fennekin, assuming it's not firefighting.
Oh, we're all picking the three different guys. That's cool.
We should do that. We should just do it.
Well, I'm
just to do it.
No, I'm not committing. It's firefighting.
He's not committing to this because it
could be firefighting.
All right, and Otoro or whatever his name is.
Orododo or whatever.
Yeah,
Ghost
tree zombie.
Rumored typing is ghost grass.
I thought it was confirmed to be ghost grass.
It looks pretty ghost grass. It hasn't officially been announced in English.
It hasn't been announced, no.
It is awesome, and I want one. It's a zombie tree.
It looks like it's...
Yeah, it looks awesome, and I'm really curious to its base stats, but that's pretty much all. It looks really slow too.
I'm gonna name mine Treebeard.
It might be like a Dust Noir kind of guy.
He looks like Dust Noir as a tree.
I was really, and you guys are probably gonna hate me again for this, but I was kind of disappointed in Dusk Noir's evolution. Like,
I think everyone was actually because his stats didn't change like at all.
No, I meant aesthetically.
His design.
Oh, aesthetically,
like Dusclops was awesome.
Yeah,
and then Dust Noir, like his top half is okay, but I don't really like the middle section and the bottom. I don't know.
He was okay.
He's gonna have a conglomeration.
Yeah, I definitely like
Dust Noir. Nick.
What?
Nick.
What?
Do you like the poop on Dusclops?
No, that's Dusclops. I just said it looked like a poop. The black and white sprite makes it look like a poop.
It really does look like a poop.
Actually, out of that whole line, I like
Duskull, definitely.
Yeah,
Duskull does.
I love it. Shiny Duskull's awesome. He's like red.
Yeah.
Blood red.
So is Dusclops.
The only thing I really like about Dusclops, and this isn't even aesthetic, is the fact that it has a little bit higher attack, so you can, I don't know, make it use Earthquake stuff. Dust Noir, right?
Yeah.
I just wish the Dust Noir still had legs. I would like it better, I think.
Yeah, but how do we even get started? The tree. We were talking about the tree. That's how we got on this.
The tree's tangent. Cool. I don't think there's a whole lot else to say about it, really.
Yeah, not much.
All right. I think that is going to do it. So, if you guys want to say your goodbyes.
Goodbye.
See you guys next time.
Next month, hopefully.
Make sure to check out all of our channels if you haven't yet. Give them a look. Yeah.
Subscribe and stuff.
Yeah.
And subscribe or we will kill you.
Join the Eggman Empire today or I'll blow your planet away.
And hopefully we'll be able to get another episode out to you guys next month. So thanks for watching. Later.
Including types.
Yeah, that's going to be something.
So, yeah.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.